Hello, Jonathan Groff.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Frozen 2. When are you doing Frozen 3?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I pray that it happens. That would be really fun.
See?
I would do anything.
You are good because everyone else is giving me the Disney line.
Which is,
we'll see what happens after opening weekend.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. I would do anything that Jen and Chris and Bobby and Kristen would do. And if they would do Frozen 3, I would do it in a second.
Did you have any idea when you signed up for Frozen 1 that it would turn into this? Like, look, there's Elsa.
Oh my God, right.
See?
It's the musical.
Yeah.
Is that Casey Levy up there on the poster? I think it is.
Sure.
I love her. No, I had no idea. I don't think anyone had any idea that it was going to be such a phenomenon, and it was kind of like a slow rollout. I remember it came out at Thanksgiving. People loved it. Then it was Christmas. Then all of a sudden, Jen and Chris were holding Oscars, and Adina was singing at the Oscar, and then it just
getting her name mispronounced at the Oscars.
Exactly. Totally. It became a zeitgeist situation.
So when did you know that you were doing Frozen 2?
That's a good question. I don't really remember. I want to say it was maybe a year and a half or something after it came out. They called us and said it was happening. I was so excited.
So everyone so far has told me that they pretty much had to audition. Did you have to audition?
Yeah, for the first movie.
You did not. I don't get it. These people, can't people just go to YouTube? They hear you sing.
I know, but I never mind auditioning.
So what song did you audition with?
So I sang Everybody Says Don't, the Stephen Sondheim song.
Go ahead.
Oh God, I can't. Everybody says don't. Everybody says don't. Everybody says. I can't. I can't mess up his lyrics, so I'm going to stop myself. Right? It's definitely those are the right lyrics for that part.
Now, did they tell? Because Evan Rachel Wood told me that they told her she had to sing a non-Disney song in a Disney style.
They didn't tell me that, or if they did, I don't remember.
She did the Lumineers Angela.
Oh wow, that's a brilliant choice. Wow, amazing.
So then, when did you find out you got the role?
Well, this was in 2012.
It seems like it was just kind of yesterday.
I know.
You know?
I mean, yes and no. In some ways, yes.
It was 7 years ago?
It was 7 years ago. And I remember I put myself on, I came into Disney, sang the song, read some lines, and then I got a call that it was between me and two other guys, and they were putting our voices with Kristen Bell.
And did you know who the two other guys were?
I didn't. And they said...
And do you know now?
I don't know. I never asked. I don't like to know. I never asked for feedback after auditions. You
want to give me the role? Give me the role. If
I get it, then I'll know it went well.
Right.
And if not, it's out of my power. And but I knew that they were testing our voices with Kristen's voice. Okay. And then because they felt my voice matched best with Kristen, that's why I got the part. And so I owe all of this to Kristen Bell.
And how much did you actually record with her? Do you?
Zero. None. Yeah. For the second movie too, nothing.
How do you do that? Like, I mean, I know you're an actor, so you could create feelings, but with not someone opposing you?
It's like the revelation was I used to be in my childhood bedroom alone by myself, acting out Disney movies and being like, Papa, whatever it was. I was like screaming.
I thought you were just about to do Yentl.
Yeah.
What could you
No, I was thinking like Belle and Beauty and the Beast, but she's like, right. I would do Yentl too, though, although I hadn't watched it at that point in my life. And that's what recording as an actor, that's what recording a Disney movie is like. You're alone in like a padded room, kind of like a bedroom with and you use your imagination. It's the same thing.
Do you think there should be an Oscar for voice performance?
No, because I mean the real artistry, not to poo-poo on anyone's vocal ability, but not even the vocal, not the vocal just for singing, but just no, I mean for acting too. Yeah, no, because I think that for me, you go into the studio. They rewrite the movie a million times. I don't even know what the movie is about really until I see it because they've changed it so much.
Right.
So the animators and the editors are the ones that are really building the performances. It's your job as the actor to go in and just throw everything against the wall, come up with ideas. It's a collaboration. And then when I see the movie, I mean, it's so cool and awesome, and I feel so proud to be the voice of Kristoff. But what really blows my mind is the artistry of the animators and what they do to make, even in like the song that I get to do in the second movie, Lost in the Woods, what they did with that in the animation is so unbelievably brilliant that I feel lucky to be singing it, and I'm blown away by what the animators have done with it. To me, they should win the Oscar for performance. If anyone was going to win a performance Oscar, it would be for the animators who are making the performance.
So when did they tell you gonna get a song in the second one?
They told me before they were making the second one. They were, we're gonna, Kristen and Bobby, and we're gonna have you sing more. They wrote a song. I recorded it. It got cut, and I was like,
"This is for this Frozen 2."
Yes, for Frozen 2. It got cut, and I was like, "Oh, okay. They tried. It didn't work. I totally get it. It's completely fine."
You totally get it? Isn't that heartbreaking though? Not to really rub it in.
I guess it's like it would be slightly I was slightly disappointed, but ultimately my whole thing was I'd rather be in a great movie where I don't sing than an average movie where I do sing. Like, who cares? I would just rather be in something that they made that's beautiful than I can sing in the shower to myself. I don't even. But then they wrote the second song, and I was like, oh man, I know this one's gonna get cut too. I know they're just writing this to like try and be nice to me, and now it remains, and it was such a blast to record, and then that when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is such a brilliant idea with the way that they've made. The idea that they came up to have the characters sing is pretty phenomenal.
And with that in mind, the song could be nominated for an Oscar.
Sure, absolutely.
Which would mean you would be performing at the Oscars.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Let's go there.
They would have to give me like an '80s wig and like a wind machine or something.
I don't think you have to sing as in character.
You don't?
Could you ever imagine performing at the Oscars? Or is that just crazy?
I couldn't imagine. No, that would be insane.
So talking about insane, what do you think when you see opening weekend estimates, $100 million?
Oh, it's so phenomenal.
100
It's so But what is so, and this is how I felt when you're watching Chris and Jen with the Oscars, and Kristen and Bobby as well, when I was watching at home on my TV, and I was thinking like...
Wait, you weren't there?
I wasn't there.
Okay, that really pisses me off.
No, I wasn't there.
That's
Why?
pissing me. You should be there.
Oh my God, I'd so much rather watch it on my TV. Do you know what I mean? And they...
Fine. If they asked you to go to the Oscars this year, you're like, no.
I would go. If they asked me, I would go. I would totally go. But I love watching it on my TV. And part of it is like I'm watching it on my TV and I'm thinking the good guys won. It's like they're such good people, and they're real artists. They didn't make Frozen 2 for the dough. These artists. They made it because and you can see it in the movie. I mean, the work speaks for itself, but they worked so hard to make it a completely different thing. It's a completely different movie. It's not like a beat by beat recreation of the first one. The music is completely fresh and original. And so when I think about $100 million opening weekend, what I think about is like
the good guys win.
Yes, and like and they really put so much of themselves in the movie and in the music, and there's this whole like grief storyline in the movie that I don't think a lot, it's 6 years of time, and people get married and people get divorced and people die, and as far as like the creative team, and they've written a lot of their own personal experience into the movie, and I just feel like all those kids and all those little girls and all those little boys that are gonna see it, it's such a good thing for this particular material, for this particular piece of material to be that widely seen is exciting to me, because it's so uplifting and moving and challenging in all the right ways.
So right now you're doing Little Shop of Horrors on stage in New York. What's the Broadway musical you still want to do that you haven't, like?
It's hard to answer.
If your agent and said, someone has $1 gazillion, they want Jonathan Groff to do the musical he wants to do, what would it be?
If like the rules of the world were removed from reality, I would want to be either Maria in The Sound of Music or Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. Those are the two dream roles. I did the non-union bus and truck national tour of Sound of Music when I was 18 years old.
As Maria?
No, as Rolf. But I would stand in the wings, and anyone that was in that show with me will tell you, I would stand in the wings every day and watch and just like wish that I was Maria. And then I also just have always been obsessed with My Fair Lady, and I want to play Eliza Doolittle.
So now, when you play Eliza Doolittle, is it a gender swap or you're playing Eliza Doolittle?
I'm talking about like, this is like the rules of the world where, no, I'm just playing Eliza Doolittle. Like, I don't need it. I want to do like the original version.
Why can't we make that happen?
No one even wants to see that. It would be funny for the first 3 minutes, and then everyone would be like, I do not want to hear this guy sing. I could have danced all night.
And what's the one movie you can watch over and over again that you never get bored?
Oh, that's a good question. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Why is that?
I just have always had a deep obsession and crush on Matthew Broderick. And I fell in love with that movie in high school, and I just love it so much. I love him.
And I'm sure you've told him that by now, right? Yes.
I met him briefly.
You've only met him briefly?
I only met him briefly. I met him briefly after Hamilton, and I didn't want to do like a compliment swap.
Right.
You know, I just was like, someday I'll tell him all the stories that I have to tell him about how deeply obsessed I am with him, and I'll just wait until it's like at a mutual party event as opposed to him like after a show.
So what happens when you hear Bueller?
I laugh. Yes, I laugh. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You're awesome. Great to talk to you.